Do you know what is a solution? What are the important properties shown by a solution? That we are going to see in this session. A solution is a homogeneous mixture of two or more substances. It is a homogeneous mixture of two or more substances. Two or more substances mixed together to form a homogeneous solution. That is, composition is same everywhere or throughout the solution. When we are hearing the word solution, liquid things will be coming to our mind. That means liquid solutions. But actually, not only liquid solutions present, there are solid solution as well as gaseous solution also. So we can say there are different types of solutions. Solid solution, example alloys. Liquid solution, example sugar solution. And gaseous solution, example air. Do you know what is this alloys? One common example for alloy is gold ornaments. How we are making this gold ornament? You may heard the jewelries used to say that their gold is 916. Do you know what is the meaning of it? It means that 91.6% gold is mixed with some other metal like copper, silver, etc. while making the ornament. 91.6% gold is mixed with some other metals like silver, copper, etc. while making the ornament, which they are telling by a term 916 gold. So, gold is mixed with some other metal like copper, silver, etc. while making ornament. It is an example for solid solution because two different type of metals mixed together to form a homogeneous mixture. Mixture of two or more metals. Two or more metal is an example for solid alloy. Or a metal and a non-metal, when combined together, it will result in an alloy. Example, steel. Steel is a mixture of iron, a metal, with carbon, a non-metal. So when a metal combines with a non-metal, it also results in the formation of alloys. What is the peculiarity of this alloy? Which cannot be separated into their components by physical method. We are not able to separate the different components present in alloy by just a physical method. When you wear a gold ornament, can you take silver out of it or copper out of it? It is not possible. So, they are not able to separate into their components by physical method. But it shows the property of the constituent particles present in it. That means, have you ever noticed the gold ornament when we give for selling in jewelry, they used to rub it. And they will tell this gold is not good enough. It is having a large content of copper or silver, etc. How they are able to understand? Because while rubbing, the property of each component it is exhibiting. That is the reason. So, alloys are mixtures of two or more metals. Example, gold ornament itself. Or a metal and a non-metal. Steel is an example for it. Which cannot be separated into their components by physical method. But it shows the property of its constituent elements. Okay. So, Alloys are also a homogeneous mixture, which is an example for solid solution. Now we can move to liquid solutions. Sugar solution is an example for liquid solution. That is, sugar is dissolved in water, which result in a liquid form of solution, which we called as liquid solution. Now the third one is gaseous solution. Two or more different gases mixed together and it is forming the gaseous solution. So solutions are of different type, may be solid, may be liquid, or may be gaseous solution. Now, what are the content or component present in a solution? We can say mainly there are two components present in a solution. First one is solute and second one is solvent. Mainly two components are there in a solution, solute and solvent. What do you mean by solute? Solute is the component which is present in lesser quantity in a solution, and solvent is the component which is present in larger quantity. When solute combines with the solvent, it results in the formation of solution. We can take a small example. We already talked about sugar solution. You know how to make a sugar solution. What we will do? We will add 1 or 2 spoon of sugar into 1 glass of water. We will get sugar solution. Can you make similar type of a solution by adding 1 or 2 spoon of water to 1 cup of sugar? It is not possible. We are not able to make a solution by adding 1 or 2 spoon of water to 1 cup of sugar. But we can make a solution by adding 1 or 2 spoon of sugar into 1 cup of water. So while making sugar solution, we want to take water in larger quantity, which we call by a term solvent, sugar in lesser quantity, which is called by a term solute. So, a solution is formed when solute and solvent combines. Solute is the component which is present in lesser quantity. Solvent is the component which is present in larger quantity. Now we are going to see some examples of solution and we are going to find what is the solute and solvent present in it. First of all, sugar solution. There we already discussed sugar is the solute and water is the solvent. Second one is tincture of iodine. It is a common antiseptic used in hospital or medical industry. It is formed by mixing iodine, a solid, with alcohol. Here, iodine is the solute and alcohol is the solvent. Soda water. We know that it is prepared by dissolving carbon dioxide gas in water. So, carbon dioxide gas in lesser quantity or it is the solute there and water is in higher quantity and it is the solvent. Air. Air is also a solution, example for solution which contain nitrogen, oxygen, carbon dioxide, water vapor, solid, dust, etc. Nitrogen 78%, oxygen 21% and remaining a small quantity include carbon dioxide, water vapor, etc. So these are some examples for solution. Now we are going to see what are the properties of solution. First property is it is a homogeneous mixture. We already discussed. A solution is a homogeneous mix. Second one, in a solution, the particles present are very small in size, that is smaller than 1 nanometer, nm. It is a unit used to express very small things. So, the particles present in a solution are very small in size, smaller than 1 nanometer. 1 nanometer is equal to 10 raised to minus 9 meter. 1 nanometer is equal to 10 raised to minus 9 meter. So you can imagine what is 1 nanometer. It is 10 raised to minus 9 meters. This is the diameter of particles present in a solution. So the particles are smaller than 1 nanometer or 10 raised to minus 9 meters in diameter. If the size is that much small, can we see with our eyes? When you look into sugar solution, you are able to see water particles there and sugar particles there. Can you? No. Why? The reason is that the sugar particles or water particle both are very small in size, which we are not able to see with our naked eye. We are not able to see directly with our eyes. Third property, this solution do not scatter a beam of light passing through it. It cannot scatter a beam of light passing through it due to very small size. Due to very small size of the particle. In order to understand this concept, we will take a small example. Have you ever gone into a dark room? When you enter there, if there is any air holes, you are able to see some light is coming through that hole, and the area through which that light comes, you are able to see the particles present there, the dust particles present there. Isn't it? Do you know why you are able to see the light passing from that hole to another part of that room? The reason is that that room contains so many particles. When the light comes through that hole, if it hit the particle which is big in size, it will scatter that light. When scattering occurs, we are able to see the path of that light. We are able to see the path of the light when light falls over a particle, and if it scatter that light, we are able to see the path of the light. In this case, since the particle size is very small, it cannot scatter the light passing through it, we are not able to see the path of the light passing through that glass of water, sugar solution, or any solution. So it will not scatter the light. So the path of the light is not visible in this case, in the case of solution. Next property, solute particles will not settle down if we keep that solution for a lot of time without disturbing. Solute particle will not settle down. If you keep sugar solution for a long time, whether the sugar get deposited after some time, it is not happening. Solute particle will not settle down if you keep the beaker for a long time without disturbing, which means that a solution is a stable one. It will not split into solute and solvent when you keep without disturbing for some time. So these are the properties of a solution. It is a homogeneous mixture. Particles are very small in size. We are not able to see with our naked eye. It will not scatter beam of light, so that path of the light is not visible. And the fourth one, solute particle will not settle down when you keep it undisturbed for some time. That means solution is a stable one.